With over 11 provincial entrepreneur programs available across Canada to apply for Canadian immigration and permanent residency, it may be too overwhelming to decide on which one to select. This is why we're covering the top 10 questions regarding the Canadian Provincial Immigrant Entrepreneur Programs today. Quick introduction, who am I? I'm Reza from Ingway, Canada, licensed immigration practitioner, and our office specializes in helping businesses, people and families move across borders. I don't do YouTube full-time, but I work hands-on with our licensed team here in Canada, working on actual applications and communicating with immigration departments both inside the country and overseas embassies, representing our clients on a daily basis. Why are we posting this video? These are made for the purpose of sharing our hands-on immigration knowledge with our worldwide audience, including but not exclusive to existing clients, potential new applicants, and immigration consultants and agents. If you're thinking about immigrating, we're here to help. Get a free email assessment for eligible applicants by filling out the form down below in the description of this video. And of course, if you're an active immigration practitioner, we can assist you with outsourcing your back office operations, which include assessments, processing, pre and post landing support. We are a global mobility solution provider. Number 1. What are the minimum investment requirements for the various programs across the different provinces' provincial entrepreneur streams? Well, the bare minimum provincial entrepreneur program starts at $100,000 and can range all the way up to $600,000 as an extreme. Keep in mind that the majority of the province's average investment starting ranges are at $200,000. Number 2, what is the minimum net worth required to apply for the entrepreneur stream in these provinces? The minimum net worth for most provincial entrepreneurial programs in Canada are either $500,000 or $600,000, with a few exceptions, of course. Alberta and BC rural programs have a minimum net worth of $300,000. Ontario Provincial Entrepreneur Program outside of the Greater Toronto area has a minimum net worth of $400,000, and in the Ontario PNP inside Toronto, the max net worth requirement is $800,000, which is the highest across all of Canada if you're not investing in the ICT industries, which means information, communication, and technology, and you're deciding to go inside Toronto. Some provinces do not allow spouses' assets to be included as part of your net worth, such as Ontario, but some provinces do allow spouses to be included, such as some of the Atlantic provinces in Alberta, when you're combining and calculating your ultimate net worth, whether you're eligible or not for these programs. Number 3, what type of businesses or management experience is required for the entrepreneur stream in the province? Well, all programs except BC require a minimum of either managerial experience or business ownership experience. Most programs require 2 years of either experience with proven documentation. This means that even if you owned your own company or whether you're a part shareholder, you need to have been paid by the company to prove your active role in the operation. In the BC PNP entrepreneur stream, if an applicant does not have work experience, then a post-secondary degree or diploma is mandatory. In Ontario, if anyone does not have at least 5 to 6 years managerial or ownership experience, the applicant is unlikely to gain enough points to be invited for an interview and processing of a work permit under the entrepreneur program, unless the investment amount is ridiculously high or other factors which can boost the profile of the applicant. Number 4, is there a language proficiency requirement for the entrepreneur stream in the province? Yes, there is. All provinces will require a language exam score before the final nomination for permanent residency. However, several provinces, including Ontario and BC, do not require the language exam score up front when you first apply, and you may have up to 18 months or more to submit the proof of language exam before the province nominates you for your final Canadian permanent residency. Keep in mind that no applicant is language exempt under these programs, even if they're born in an English or French speaking country. What kind of business plan is required and what should it include for the provincial entrepreneur programs? The business plan is one of the most critical documents for the provincial entrepreneur programs, unlike the federal programs such as startup visa or intercompany transfers, where the business plan is mainly a formality. Unlike the federal programs, the provincial immigration officers actually read the business plan, and it's the blueprint for what the applicant or investor will will need to exactly complete in their investment and business implementation as part of their agreement. Therefore, it requires a lot of advanced planning for any entrepreneurs or applicants. The business plan will be the basis of the business performance agreement, which you will sign with the provincial office for the entrepreneur program. Almost like a promise on what the investor will do before he or she is finally nominated for the permanent residency through the PNP office. Number 6, how many jobs must you create as part of these entrepreneur provincial programs? The bare minimum job creation is always 1 full-time equivalent for Canadian staff. Some provinces or regions require up to 2, but this is a minimum eligibility criteria. In many larger provinces, in order to gain enough points or be considered serious, you will need to invest and hire more than just 1 or 2 Canadian staff. The type of occupations in terms of skill level are almost important in some of the provinces like Ontario and BC, which allocate more points for higher skill level jobs that you create. If you purchase an existing business as part of your investment, you should maintain all existing staff as part of the deal. Remember, we're always posting about these key details for IRCC's entrepreneurial investor programs and other immigration programs for professionals and entrepreneurs. And if that's what you're interested in, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more deep dive videos. Question number 7. Can my family members come with me if I'm accepted under the Entrepreneur Provincial stream to apply for my work permit to enter Canada? Yes, of course they can. Your spouse or common law partner can be eligible for spousal open work permits and dependent children for study permits. The advantage of these programs is that the embassies will not come up with an excuse that you will not return to your home country to refuse you, as it's considered dual intent and your intentions for Canadian permanent residency are clear and documented. Number 8. What is the processing time for entrepreneur streams in the province? Well, there's several stages in the provincial entrepreneur program, each with their own timeline. The initial expression of interest, preparation, and submission after the invitation to apply has been received, the interview and net worth steps, and the work permit application. The final stage is implementation and running the business before the province nominates you for your final permanent residency. The entire process can take anywhere from 16 to 30 months depending on which province you apply to. Number 9. Are there any restrictions on the types of businesses I can establish under the provincial entrepreneur programs? Well, there's a few restrictions, but keep in mind that most provincial programs do not accept purely online businesses, home-based businesses, real estate development, brokerages, or any kind of passive income investment programs. Also, a purely import-based or trading business with no added value inside Canada is also not attractive for the province and will not be invited to apply under any of these provincial entrepreneur programs. Number 10. What are the steps involved in the application process for the entrepreneur stream in these provinces? Well, here are the most important steps in the application process for the provincial entrepreneur program. A. Decide and calculate your points under the specific provincial programs you're looking to apply under. 2. Optional step is to conduct an exploratory trip in that specific province, region, or town. 3. Create a business concept with a business plan. 4. Submit your expression of interest to the online provincial entrepreneur pool. Number 5. After an invitation to apply is received, submit your supporting documentation and initiate your net worth audit with a designated CPA firm which is listed on the provincial nominee website. Number 6. After the net worth and submission of documents, the next step is to attend the interview with the PNP office. Step number 7. Post-interview, you will sign a business performance agreement with the province. And step number 8 is to receive a letter of support to apply for your work permit and your family's permits to enter Canada and to start running your business. Number 9. After arriving with your work permit, you'll need to operate the business for the specified timeline in your business performance agreement. And number 10, after completing these steps, submit your final pre-nomination report to the provincial nominee office, after which you will receive a final provincial nominee certificate. And step number 11 is to apply for your final Canadian permanent residency to the federal government for you and your dependent family members based on this provincial nomination certificate. Remember that the beauty of the provincial entrepreneur investor programs is that you do not invest anything until you arrive in Canada and you've been approved for your work permit and you're on your path to permanent residency. Although it's slow, it's 95% secure, which is unlike the federal investor work permits or other federal programs where you will need to start investing and performing a lot of activities in the hope of being approved for that work permit. Here's some bonus tips. regarding the provincial entrepreneur programs. Don't let your consultant, lawyer, or agent put you in the provincial pool with an expression of interest without calculating your points first and suggesting how your business concept should be structured in order to have a high chance of invitation. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in that pool with no progress and, of course, no Canadian permanent residency. Before you decide to apply for an entrepreneur program in one of the provinces, first calculate your points and ties to the province. Make an educated decision with your legal representative based on your highest probability of being invited in that province. If you're thinking about immigrating, whether permanently or temporarily, you're at the right place. We don't just offer immigration, but we offer solutions. I can guarantee you only one point. You'll know what to expect, the entire process clearly laid out for you, and all the risks identified, including costs. Our team speaks over 9 languages, and we help applicants from 50 different countries during the immigration process. Click the link below this video and get a free email assessment for eligible applicants. And don't forget, I'm the one that makes sure you don't need a lawyer to apply for federal court in case you're refused. That's when you come to me, as you don't want to be refused. And if you're ready to apply, like a one-on-one session with me or any of my immigration team members at Ingwe, you can also book a session directly using the consultation link in the description of this video. And if you want to take our immigration knowledge for a test drive before you book our one-on-one consultation with us, then you can tune in to our YouTube channel every Thursday at 11 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time, where we have a live stream and we answer all of your questions for free on the spot. See you next Thursday.